It's like Formula One. They floor it, showing off who can go the fastest. But that's a crime because it's extremely dangerous.
Illegal road races are rife in German cities today, recklessly endangering drivers, pedestrians, and many others. That's why Rainer Fuchs and Alexander Schwarzer of the Cologne police force are cracking down on irresponsible petrol heads.
If you don't follow my orders, we will use force. Are you receiving? This is Unit 5186. 2 males.
It's Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Officers Fuchs and Schwarzer are on patrol. Boy racers are out and about in downtown Cologne, showing off their rides. Illegal road races tend to happen spontaneously.
2 cars will pull up side by side at the traffic lights. One driver will say, "Oh, look at your ride, but check out mine. It's low slung, wider and faster." And then they race each other.
10 minutes later, the officers spot their first suspect.
Follow that guy, that Audi. Slowly, slowly. You don't want him to spot you.
They pursue the vehicle.
You could hear just how loud his car was.
Let's pull him over. Officer Fuchs from the Cologne Police, license and registration, please.
But this driver isn't your typical boy racer. Most tend to be aged 18 to 27. And they love tuning their cars, regardless of whether that breaks the law or not.
What's been modified on this car?
It's in the papers.
Where?
Engine, suspension, exhaust. There are countless ways to pimp a car. The search isn't always easy, but most of the time they find what they're looking for, says Rainer Fuchs.
Could you step on the gas, please?
The decibel meter clearly shows this man's muffler has been tweaked. It's far too loud.
Your vehicle registration allows for 73 decibels max, but this exhaust produces 80. That's too loud. His exhaust has definitely been modded. His license is invalid. His car's been given a performance boost, which has been documented, but the car should be given another inspection.
The officers confiscate the car. The man will have to do without his prized ride this weekend. And on Monday, he'll have to get his car inspected.
This is all about posing, about showing off, about gaining social recognition in your group. A vehicle like that is a means of gaining status.
Unfortunately, these guys often overestimate themselves. They consider themselves exceptional drivers. But unfortunately, it often turns out they're not, which is why we keep seeing these serious traffic accidents.
Like in 2015, when 2 young men raced each other in central Cologne. One lost control of his vehicle, crashing into a young cyclist who died 3 days later. She was just 19 years old.
The culprits were charged for negligent homicide. One was sentenced to 1 year and 9 months, the other to 2 years in jail. It later became clear that illegal races had become a widespread phenomenon in the whole city, and an extremely dangerous one at that.
It was then that Cologne's police force created a unit to combat reckless racers.
I know what families feel when a family member is killed. It's a horrible thing. And the worst thing is that the death could have been prevented.
It's 11 p.m. Cologne's petrol heads are out in large numbers.
Here again, you can see the car's been modified. The exhaust has been modified. The car is going pretty fast. It's low slung. You see that?
Yeah.
It's too close to the ground. It's almost touching the road.
They stop the car and have a closer look.
Looks normal to me.
But the shock absorbers look unusual.
They're not the original shock absorbers.
Yes, the original ones are red.
Ah, and those aren't the original ones either. These shock absorbers were retrofitted.
The original ones are not red or blue.
They're black.
The original ones are red.
These are black. What kind of car is this?
RS Skoda Octavia.
RS, okay, it's possible the shock absorbers are red.
The devil is in the details. Both officers need to find out the vehicle's exact specs and check everything. The driver and his partner, meanwhile, are growing impatient. Then the driver produces more papers. But there's nothing documenting the car's modified wheel spacers.
Nothing has been documented. There's a second page. On that page,
Suddenly, a van veers onto the parking lot.
What was that? Kill the engine, please.
Yes, okay.
breathe at me.
I've had a drink.
We'll have to take a breathalyzer test.
He's told us he's had a drink. His driving has already made that pretty clear, right?
I'm drunk.
Exactly.
And I lost my driver's license for being drunk.
You don't even have a license?
No, I'm being honest here, telling it like it is. You caught me. I was unlucky.
You were unlucky.
What did you drink?
Beer.
How many beers did you drink?
About 8.
8 beers. And when?
In the past 2 to 3 hours.
Okay. What have you eaten recently?
I haven't eaten anything.
Okay. I can smell alcohol in you.
Meanwhile, Fuchs deals with the onlookers.
Please go over there. Don't stand behind us. Thank you very much.
Where am I supposed to stand then?
Not in the street, on the sidewalk, and not behind us, please.
Please blow into this. You've got so much alcohol in your system that...
I'm not allowed to drive.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll take you to the police station.
Oh, no, please.
We'll have you take a blood test. We'll call in a patrol car. Yes, this is 5186. We called in for support. We have more and more onlookers now. Would be nice if the patrol car could hurry up a bit.
A nearby patrol car comes by and takes the intoxicated man to the station. The owner of the tuned car, meanwhile, has been looking for the missing paperwork, to no avail.
These modifications can significantly alter the handling of your car.
Okay, listen, here are my papers.
No, you listen to me.
We'll just leave the car over there.
No.
And get it inspected next week.
No, no.
Why not?
Because we now need to confiscate this car.
Oh, no, you won't.
You will not confiscate this car.
Okay, I will try explaining this one more time calmly. If you don't follow my orders, we will use force. We'll call in more and more police cars, and we will get your car, believe me. Your keys, please.
No, I won't.
Then we'll have it towed. If you can't prove all modifications have been green, then that's it.
You're harassing us, taking the car just because of the wheel spacers. But the officers are adamant and the car gets towed, because even minor modifications can seriously alter the car's handling.
Sure, it's pedantic, but with the car accident in central Cologne in 2015 with the cyclist that got killed, the vehicle in question had also been modified. The modified suspension made it skid.
Owners of tuned cars tend to think of themselves as exceptional drivers.
They think the police are silly doing this, and that we should take care of more serious things instead, which is what he just told us. And you need to have an eye on groups of onlookers who get together and might want to act against us, because they're anti-police.
Einfach zusammenhalten und Anti-Polizei sind.
But officers Fuchs and Schwarzer are also aware that not everyone who tunes their car is automatically a reckless racer.
There is a legitimate tuning scene. They modify their cars sensibly. It's their hobby. They carry out modifications with great care and technical precision.
But there seems to be a connection nevertheless. Racers often tune their cars.
Not everyone who tunes their car is a reckless racer, but most racers are into tuning cars. It's 3:30 a.m. Their shift is about to end. Then, one car runs a red light right in front of them.
Good morning. You probably overlooked the red light because you were using your phone.
I was late and needed to get to the train station fast.
Being distracted at that speed could end up killing someone. Pedestrians use these lights too. I hope this will be a lesson to you.
Yes, absolutely.
That was super dangerous, don't forget that. Your life would change forever if you ran someone over. I'm a driver too and know how tempting it is to check your phone on the go.
Yeah, you're right. I made a mistake.
Okay.
Finally, both officers can call it a night. It's been a busy shift, but luckily, this time, nobody got hurt.